Hello my friends, and we are back with another pick a card reading. I cannot believe it's gonna be May, and I cannot believe how many boy band references I've crammed into the first 20 seconds of this video. So today we're going to be looking at the cards to see what lessons we are meant to learn through the current relationships in our lives. Now, if you saw the title and you had someone in mind, fantastic. If not, that's totally okay. It might appear to you through the cards. This could be a romantic, platonic, familial, or even a work relationship. It really doesn't matter. But if you're looking for something a little bit more specific, feel free to book a private reading with me. I put the link to my website in the description box below to make it super easy for you to set that up. If you're a fan of these general readings, I do have a really fun, cute morning series coming up where I do 10-minute readings in the morning, just super general, like 3 or 4 cards to get you started on your day and give you guys a little bit of a background on the different cards that I use and how I read them. That pretty much sums up all the announcements that I have. Let's get into today's reading. I will show you the different crystals and the different decks that we're working with today, and just go with either the pile that you feel most drawn to or the crystal that you feel drawn to. So with the first pile, we have the Astrological Oracle and the picture Jasper. And this little guy was gifted to me for my birthday from a dear friend, so I'm very excited to use it in this reading. Next we have the Book of the Dead Tarot with Carnelian. And then we have the Work Your Light Oracle with this tiger's eye. And then we have the Vampire Tarot with this obsidian. Feel free to pause the video if you need a little more time to pick your pile, and once you have, you can scroll down to the description box below and find the time for your reading. Hello my group ones. If you picked the Astrological Oracle deck or were drawn to the picture Jasper, then this is your reading. So I've already shuffled your oracle cards and I've set them aside, but we're gonna shuffle the tarot cards live and see what you're meant to learn through this relationship. Thank you. Okay. All right, and we're gonna get a couple from the Vampire Tarot. My goodness. Okay, thank you. And one. Perfect. Okay. And then for the oracle cards, we've got Venus. I'm gonna put her here. And Saturnus. And I'm gonna leave these to the end because I have peeked, oops, and I want you through this reading to prepare 2 questions. So these questions, if they pop into your head now, write them down. The order will matter. These are direct answer cards, so they will give you direct answers to your questions. So you can write your questions down now, or as we go along through the reading, you can write down your questions, and then hopefully these little guys will help answer. Let's get into it. So we've got the 9 of Pentacles reversed, which automatically makes me think about work, being overworked, being run down, tired, just kind of that hustle, feeling like there's always something that needs to be done. So this could relate to an actual work-based relationship. just feeling like you might be the one doing a lot of the work. Or there could just always be something to work on. Maybe you and the person that you're asking about, this relationship, you've kind of taken on some new responsibilities and it's a little bit more than you had thought. But that being said, it looks like there's a lot of joy in this relationship, whatever it is. So I think you and this person likely work really well together. And it looks like with the Venus and Saturnus cards, you both have a love for what you're doing, perhaps for each other if this is a romantic connection, and both of you want to expand, you know, you want to push the limitations and stuff, because Saturnus is all about expansions, past limitations. Yeah, Saturnus is about pushing those limitations and boundaries and stuff, you know, like recognizing them and saying, okay, what can we do to move past or challenge those. So that's really impressive. And I think there's also a challenge towards each other. Like, I think you challenge them and they challenge you. And I think this is a really, really great motivator. So whoever this person is, I think they're a really good counterpart for you from the looks of it. They're really encouraging, you know, they're there to sort of celebrate the successes as well. Yeah, so much joy. I am seeing some delays here with the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man talks about delays, resistance, and sort of stalling. So there could be something that you're looking to move forward with that you're just not really sure about. So this might be where your questions come in terms of the oracle cards that I've set aside here. Those are direct answers to questions. So throughout this reading, definitely brainstorm those if you don't already have them. And then we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. So there is an element of feeling burnt out, you know, doing a lot, doing the most. And I think pushing those boundaries as well, like challenging each other, whatever the relationship is exhausting at some times. So I think it's important to recognize those boundaries as well. And I think that's probably the key thing in terms of what you're meant to learn from this relationship with each other. Because you are going to push each other's buttons a little bit. You're gonna encourage each other and maybe push things a little bit too far sometimes, you know, so understanding your own limits is a huge part of what you're meant to learn through this connection to another person. So down here we have Strength and the Knight of Pentacles, both upright, so that's very good. The Strength I'm seeing pair on with the Four of Wands, which is that joy and success, celebration. And of course Strength is about strength, compassion and persuasion, perseverance, you know, breaking through, coming out on top even stronger. So again, pushing those boundaries is such a huge part of this whole reading. But I think together you are incredibly productive. The Knight of Pentacles is a card of hard work, so I think you're both very committed and probably very motivated to continuously, like, break boundaries. Ooh, that sounds bad. But, like, you know, go above and beyond is more so what I'm saying. Like, you know, you see sort of the standard expectation of success and you're like, nah, we can do better than that. So I think that's really coming through with the the Knight of Pentacles. You both have this drive for success, hard work. Like you both have an incredible work ethic. If this is a business connection, like you are incredibly well suited to each other. If this is a friendship, go into business together. No, I'm kidding. I mean, do it if you want, but if it's a romantic connection, I really see this as like your partner is a huge supporter. Yeah, you're meant to lift each other up and help each other sort of flourish. Love the parts of yourself that, you know, continue to break past those limitations, but also you're meant to recognize the limitations that you shouldn't break past or you should hang back on, with the Hanged Man, sort of like delaying those kinds of things until you're ready, like moving at your own pace. That kind of thing, I think, is very central to this connection. So, if you need to pause the video now and think up some questions in terms of this relationship with whomever you're asking about, feel free. If you've written down a couple of questions and you're ready for your direct answers, fantastic, because I'm going to reveal the cards, and I will go into a little bit of detail on what I think the cards mean, just singularly, so if you don't have any questions that come to mind, that's fine, but this is just your warning. So whatever order your questions were written down or came into your head is important. So for your first question, feel free to ask it now. And your answer is yes. Just say yes. And then your other question, feel free to ask it now. And the answer is no. So this is really interesting because, first of all, even though this is a new deck, I've not gotten any direct question or direct answers. But I think this is really, really calling to knowing when to like push those limits and challenge those boundaries, and when to hang back and say no. So I guess we can move these around. So no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. So again, knowing your boundaries, communicating your boundaries, knowing your limitations, how far you can push yourself before you are feeling overworked, that hustle is like really tiring you out. Feelings of being burnt out with the Knight of Swords in reverse can manifest, and it's not because, you know, like the connection is bad or anything. It's just you need to know when to say no, when to sort of take pause, and then knowing when to say yes, when to move forward, when to challenge yourself, you know, when to challenge your partner, whomever it is. Because I think together you guys have a lot of success and you challenge each other to, you know, reach success and celebration and achieve joy. Like we saw joy with the Four of Wands. I think you guys have so much potential to do that with each other, and like challenge each other to do that independently as well, which is so beautiful. Like no matter this connection, it looks fantastic. I'm so proud of you guys. But yeah, that is what I'm seeing for your reading today. So thank you so much for letting me read for you. I'm really happy that this one came together, and it looks like there was some fair repeating messages. So it's very clear what you have to derive from this frankly beautiful relationship. So congratulations. And yeah, I look forward to reading for you in the future, and if you would like to book a private reading with me, feel free to follow the link in the description box below. If you're more interested and curious of my reading style and how I use the cards in general, feel free to tag along this month. The month of May, I'm going to be doing a series where I do just like a short 10-minute general reading every morning to start off your day. So feel free to subscribe to my channel and check out those videos. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye. Hello, my group 2s. If you picked the Book of the Dead Tarot or the Carnelian, this is your reading on what you have to learn from this relationship, what this relationship is going to teach you. So I have your oracle cards set to the side, already shuffled, and we're gonna shuffle the tarot cards live. Oh my goodness. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, okay. Wow. And we're gonna take some cards from the Vampire Tarot. A lot of major arcana. What is going on here? Oh my gosh. That's exciting. Thank you. Okay. And then we've got Taurus. I'm gonna move these over just a little now that I can see that everything's still in frame. We've got Taurus, we've got Venus, nice. And then for these oracles, we have Pillar of Light and Trust Your Path. Okay. Okay, so automatically I want to say that if you pick this group, you are probably asking about a romantic connection because we do have the Lovers card here and Venus, and both are indicative of romance. So, oh, also the Knight of Cups is like a romantic charmer kind of card. So I'm just putting it out there. Okay, so starting with the Santa Muerte card, it looks like, since this is at the beginning of your reading, this card is death in this deck, and death is all about transformation, you know, sort of a rebirth, a new beginning. So I think whoever this person is, they either came into your life at a time where you were going through a transition, and sort of like, and you were evolving, or this person encouraged you to evolve, not by like telling you how you should or anything, but just their general presence was like, oh man, I've got to, you know, I've got to raise my vibration a little bit. And we see that here with the Pillar of Light. Your vibration is raising, you are the oracle. So I think you knew kind of going into this, whatever this relationship is. Again, I really feel strongly that this is like a romantic connection. And I think also there's probably a potential that you guys were drawn to each other. Like if you believe in like soulmates, twin flames, that kind of thing, then that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. So yeah, we've got the Knight of Cups. So this is someone who's like incredibly charming, just absolutely lovely to be around, probably raises your vibration too, like you feel comfortable with them, maybe a bit flirtatious. So we've got some Scorpio energy, we've got Aries energy here and Gemini energy. Well, I guess we got Taurus as well. Taurus and Libra with, obviously Taurus, but Taurus is very much there with the Venus card as well, because Venus rules Taurus and Libra. So just a lot of signs, because we have a lot of major arcana in here. So, and then Cups is very much an emotionally based thing. So, whew, my goodness, lots happening. But this looks so lovely. The only thing that I would be wary of is it looks like there's some fears and anxieties surrounding this connection, and that may lead you to needing a sense of control with this Emperor in reverse card. I think part of what you're meant to learn through this connection is that you don't need to control everything, you know? There's an encouragement to surrender and understand that, you know, your fears and stuff are your fears and anxieties and that kind of thing. Any sort of dismal thoughts that you have about yourself and what you deserve in a relationship and stuff, you need to move past those. Really focus on your vibration rising, you know, that positivity, and keeping that up, because you do deserve this. This is beautiful. And like, clearly the reading is like what you're meant to learn, what you're meant to find through these relationships. So you're meant to find this, and this is glorious. Like, Taurus is very much focused on the finer things in life. You know, there is a love element, a sensuality, maybe you're a cuddler. And yeah, I think with the Nine of Pentacles reverse over the Death card, this really indicates that you've been working so hard on yourself. It's like a full-time job for you. You're probably feeling really overworked, and I think with the Nine of Swords, you're probably a bit convinced that you need to do all of the work before you deserve something, and you're anxious that you've missed something in your self-development where you'll convince yourself kind of that you don't deserve this. But that's not true. You definitely do deserve this, and you are on the right path. We have trust your path here, and it says, if you knew you were supported, what would you do? So if you feel like this is your path, you know, go for it. You're the oracle. Like, you know intuitively what to move forward with. And that's also why I'm kind of saying, like, this looks like it could be sort of like a spirit connection. Yeah, I think there's like so much love and beauty here. This is really, really lovely. And with the Lovers card, like, there's that duality. So I think, like, I don't really like the idea of thinking of people as like two halves of one whole kind of thing. I think that's a little ridiculous, but I do think that, you know, coming together helps you to continue to grow, because you've done so much growing on your own over here, you know, like, you've put in so much work to become a better version of yourself. And I think this other person has probably done the same. And you're coming together in this place of love and bliss, and, you know, you're matching each other's energy and positive vibrations, and it's just encouraging you to continue to glow in that way. So I also feel like you're meant to explore things with this person. They're probably a very inquisitive kind of character, a lot of questions. I think you might also see a reflection of yourself in them. Like I said, they've gone through a lot of growth and stuff. Their vibration is going to match yours, but I see, like, even with this card, it sort of looks like a mirror reflection. So I think they're gonna match you in terms of like intensity and interest and stuff, and like, that's incredible. But again, what you need to take from this is to be aware that you might have the tendency to need control, and that could be an issue that stems from anxieties that you have about yourself or your connections with other people. So just be aware of that. I'm called to notice the moon in the background here and in the background of this as well. So everybody's got like light and dark, and the only thing that you can really do is recognize the positives and negatives and know that, you know, everybody has them, and what you cannot change, you need to figure out how to communicate, you know, like definitely still put in effort and continuously grow, because I really think this other person is going to encourage you, not in a competitive way, but very much in a supportive way. But yeah, I think overall this is an incredible thing, and I think from this relationship you are meant to experience love. You've got the Lover's card, you've got Venus, you know, the connection, the reflection of the pillar of light, just all of this coming together is so symbolic of what I would suspect is like a soulmate connection. So whoever this person is, I again feel so strongly that this is a romantic connection, but it could really be a soulmate on a platonic level, just a friend that you have a deep love for. Yeah. And I think just in their company, you're destined to continuously blossom and like bloom into beautiful, beautiful versions of yourself. And like, you've put in so much work, you've gotten this far, you know, like, you deserve this. Good for you. So that is what I'm seeing for your reading, my group 2s. I hope you got a little bit of insight out of this, and you can look forward to whatever this relationship is, if it's on the horizon or if you have it right now. I am so, so excited for you. If you're interested in booking a private personal reading with me, feel free to do so. All the information is in the description box below. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more about the cards that I use or how I do my readings, feel free to subscribe and follow along this next month. The month of May, I am going to be releasing one general 10-minute tarot video every morning, just to get you acquainted with my style. So I would love for you to join me there, but that is all for today. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye! Hello, my group 3s. If you picked the Work Your Light Oracle or were drawn to the Tiger's Eye, this is your reading. So I've already shuffled the Oracle cards and I've set those aside, and we're going to shuffle the tarot live. So we'll get to that and see what you're meant to learn through this connection, through this relationship. Oh my gosh. More than I was anticipating, but we're gonna grab a couple cards from the Vampire Tarot. Oh, Faustus. Buddy. I love you, but I'm in the middle of something. Okay, this card's popping out, so we're gonna take that. Right. And one more. Let's get. Oh, thank you. Okay. And then for your oracle cards, we've got Neptunus and Luna, or the moon. And then we have Share Your Voice and Unbound. Okay, so my lovely group threes, I'm just gonna rearrange this. We do have two King of Pentacles showing up in both tarot decks, so that's really interesting, and that's just kind of driving home this overarching idea of security and like a very disciplined kind of nature, as well as just an indication of abundance. So yeah, I really think that the first thing that you'll notice in this relationship is that sense of security. Maybe this person helps you to secure the bag, you know? It doesn't have to be like a work relationship or anything. In fact, with the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups, I feel like this actually could lend more to a romantic connection, just because the Knight of Cups is about romance and charm and that kind of connection, and then the Ace of Cups often is a representation of new love, sort of the beginnings of romance. So this could be quite new for a lot of you. So that's exciting. We do have the World card here. So this card, I think this is like showing you a whole new world. There could be an element of travel, though with COVID and stuff, I don't think that's too relevant, but this is sort of an idea of completion, you know, like your everything kind of thing, which take that more as like this person covers the bases, you know, they make you feel safe and secure, and they bring excitement and romance and stuff to your life. But on the flip side, what you are sort of meant to go through with this connection, what you're meant to experience and grow from, is I think this this person or this connection is really going to urge you to do some inwards work, because we have Death in reverse here, and that card is really an indication of your inner self and inner transformations. So moving along on that self-growth journey. And then Neptunus sort of captures that same idea as well. Neptunus is like diving deep into our subconscious and like really digging stuff up from the darkest parts. And water, which is related to Neptunus, is highly associated with emotions. So this person gives you the stability and sort of like that safe place to go inward and open up and really like crack into the parts of yourself that you may have tucked away. Because Luna, the idea of the moon is like this light is shone on the dark sides of yourself. So this is like your intuition. So being aware of what might be bothering you. It's also an emotionally based card. If you think about the moon and the water, like the push and pull of the tides and stuff. So in combination, I think these two really come together to invite you to look inward. And I think what this person, this connection, is also encouraging you to do that. There's a chance that whatever it is you need to heal, and like the strength that you attain from this connection goes towards healing your previous connections, because we do have the Unbound card, and it says, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So I think that sort of goes hand in hand with the Death in Reverse card of like that inner self, the things that you carry in your soul, and the things that are just kind of weighing you down. Like you can see the characters in the card are floating because they've just released kind of the heavy parts of themselves. And then the Share Your Voice is a card of communication, of self-expression, and sort of emerging from those dark places. So yes, you have to go inward. Yes, you have to confront like the dark things that you've kind of been carrying and tucking away, but know that it is within you. So you can come out, you can bring those elements of yourself out and express them openly, communicate with this person, because again, I think they provide a really, really safe space for you, and that's so beautiful, you know? And I think also with the Ace of Cups, this is an indication that you're being called to do a little bit more in terms of self-love, you know? I think this person is going to help you to better understand that. And as I'm saying it, like, this could also be a friend, someone who's kind of come into your life and set a really good example for you, made a safe space for you. You know, it doesn't have to be romantic. I'm just saying that it is because of the Knight of Cups here paired with the Ace of Cups. So this is more of like a romantic pairing to me, but it doesn't have to be. I think with the Knight of Wands reversed, there's this energy of wanting to move quickly on these topics. But again, with this other person, what they're meant to teach you in this relationship is to break things down and deal with them in a very like clean, disciplined manner. And I think that's really going to help you in terms of how you deal with things. Like, obviously, you want to like rush right in there, and the idea of there being delays is frustrating to you. But I think whoever this person is kind of knows that you need to find a balance and work through things sort of a bit slower than you might take other things on. So just being mindful of that. With the Share Your Voice card, in terms of expression, I'm wondering if there's a chance that you might be a poet or a songwriter or something like that. Like you find it easy to express things creatively through your words. So you could be a storyteller, or like I said, a poet, a songwriter, something like that. And sharing your voice, sharing your ideas, sort of finding creative ways to let those underlying things, the dark shadow side, if you will, of yourself out, and just releasing the things that have kind of tethered you down. Like past lives could also be past relationships that are kind of preventing you from moving forward. Contracts, releasing soul patterns. So I'm getting the idea also that you might sort of be stuck on the traditional aspects of this in terms of like your own patterns, and switching things up might be a bit scary for you. But I think that's just another reason to look inwards and ask yourself why, kind of break that stuff down. And I think this person, this relationship is really gonna help you feel secure in doing that. You know, you have like a safe base to ground yourself, like keeping one foot on the ground and then letting the other sort of wander, I guess. this person also might bring in new ways of looking at the world. So like just going back to the world card, I think this person's perspectives may help your perspectives of yourself and your situations and your past sort of shift a little bit. And I think that's really, really beneficial for you. That is what I'm seeing for you, my group 3s. So I hope you got a little bit of insight about this. I hope that you know who this person is, because I'm very excited for you to make this connection or meet them and have this connection really blossom, because I think there's really lovely, supportive things coming from this, and I think it's going to usher you into a personal transformation as well. And that's just incredibly beautiful. So I'm going to wrap up there. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. If you're interested in booking a private reading with me, you can find the link to my website in the description box below. And if you're not quite sold yet and you want to learn more about how I use the cards and sort of my style of reading, feel free to subscribe to this channel. I will be doing a series in the month of May, so starting tomorrow, where I release a 10-minute general reading just to start off your day. So you can join me there, and I will see you next time. Bye! Hello, my group 4s. If you picked the Vampire Tarot or were drawn to the Obsidian, then this is your reading to find out what you're meant to learn or take away from your relationship. So I've already picked out your oracle cards. I already shuffled them and had a couple pop out. So we're gonna go into the tarot cards and see what they have to say for us. Ooh, interesting. And moving on to the Vampire Tarot. Already. Interesting. This one keeps coming out, so. Alright, we're going to see those two, and I'll just move these over a little bit so they're all in frame. And for the Oracle, we have Mercurius and Virgo. And you're already doing it. And Dance with Life. Alright. Okay. My group 4s, you guys are probably the most challenging group of this reading, and of course you're last but not least. So this is exciting though. This is definitely getting my brain working. So we've got the Magician in the first place over here, and the Magician is about manifestation and creating the things that you want out of life. It's about gaining abundance by your own hand. So the Empress, on the other hand, is also an abundance card, but this is sort of the aspect of beauty and naturally coming into that abundance. So I think that's sort of recognizing what you inherently have, and then the things that you can bring into your life comes with the manifestation. So you have like this opportunity with this other person to basically get everything that you want and deserve out of life. Because I think with the Eight of Cups, there's been a lot of disappointment. There's been a lot of letdown and pain that you've probably been carrying. And it seems as though there's a lot of We see the Nine of Swords repeating here, and it came up in another reading too. So clearly there's a lot of anxiety and tension around these connections, and yeah, maybe even something lost in this connection. So I don't know if whoever this person is, you're in separation with them, or you just haven't spoken to them in a while, or you're feeling disconnected. You don't even have to be like physically separate. You might be disconnected in a certain way. But I think, yeah, you do clearly have some anxieties about what there is to learn from this relationship. There might be some self-doubt. But I think with the Nine of Swords reversed, this is kind of saying like whatever deep-seated worries you have, it's totally okay to release them. Yeah, you do have a lot of inherent power, especially working with this other person or sort of learning from this other person. Like if you are in separation, you know, there is an opportunity for you to reach out and connect, because the Queen of Wands talks about being social, making those connections and stuff. So I think there is this potential of reconnecting with this person that would be beneficial for you. And, you know, with the Mercurius card too, that's sort of a signal of communication. Be aware that Mercurius is also quite witty and a little bit deceptive at times. So understanding that while there is a lot to learn in terms of like what you can manifest for yourself, the abundance that you can bring in based on what you've learned from this person and your exposure to this person, and like seeing how they function in their life and sort of picking up those little tidbits, you know, and applying them as is necessary, because I think you are going to have to discern that for yourself, especially with the Virgo card coming out here. So yeah, discerning from conversation, even with this pairing, that like your word choice should be carefully calculated in terms of like your communication with this person and what you're manifesting as well. But I think this person is going to teach you that you can achieve a lot of what you want. You just have to get over the fears and stuff, because the fears and anxieties are what's blocking you right now. You know, you have access to your inherent abundance as well as the power to sort of bring more in. And I think, again, like you doubt yourself a lot. You're already doing it. So this card, it says, stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. So you already know what to do. From your relationship with this person, I think you've been equipped with a lot of skills in terms of how to move forward. So you're probably kind of down on your energy, and this might be because of the lost connection or like detachment that you're feeling right now. Because the Dance with Life says do something to change your energy. So I think, yeah, you're sort of in a lower place right now. And this person, either what they've sort of taught you in the past or what they can bring to you now through this route of communication, you reaching out, you being social, putting yourself out there and stuff, it's going to help lift your energy again. And I think like this is a good person to do that, but you're going to have to, you know, be aware of what you're trying to manifest by sort of re-energizing this connection with whomever it is, you know, making that choice. I think this is a call to action, especially with the dance with life thing. Like, dancing is about sort of like intuitively going with the flow and just knowing the steps or not knowing them and just taking them. So it's interesting that that's right over the Virgo card, because Virgo is like a very planned kind of thing. But yeah, that's very, very interesting. But yeah, I think ultimately, if you're feeling detached or you're in actual separation with this person right now, whatever the relationship is, I think there is some benefit to making a connection, reconnecting with this person, because I think their wit, the way that they do things, is going to sort of lighten your mood and hopefully release some of this these negative thoughts and anxieties and the limitations that you've put on yourself, and really bring you back in to this this Empress energy of like knowing your worth and, you know, standing your ground, knowing that you have the ability to get what you want and what you deserve, and like whatever you don't already have inherently, you can manifest it. I think the person that you're asking about is really bringing that out in you. So just be mindful and like diligent in terms of what you actually want. Maybe, you know, take some time to yourself before reaching out to really figure that out, and trust your instincts as well. So I think the separation itself is actually a lesson for you to help you to navigate your own way without the influence of another person. Just because the "you're already doing it" card, and understanding like what your true north is. And if this person is like sort of going the same direction as you, then fantastic. But otherwise, they may just be there to sort of give you direction. You know, they might be there as a support, as a mentor at this time, or at the time of your life that they appeared. So I don't think you have really anything to worry about. Like I said, you have a lot of inherent power and beauty. Like, oh my gosh, so much beauty here, and abundance. Like, whew, there's so much that you can do. I think you really have a way with words too. So, yeah, however you choose to reach out to this person, I think you're in very good hands with yourself. But yeah, this person is meant to be a guide and be an example, I think, for you to learn how to achieve the things that you want to achieve. So try and put your fears and worries and anxieties to rest, and when you've made a solid plan, then you can safely reach out, because I think they're there to help you as well. So that's what I'm seeing for your reading today. I hope this helps, gives you a little bit of insight. And if you would like to book a personal reading with me, I would absolutely love that. You can find the link to my website down below in the description box. And if you're not quite sure if you want a personal reading yet, feel free to follow along and subscribe. I'll be releasing videos in a series this next month, the month of May, and I'll be just doing a cute little 10-minute reading each morning to get your day started. So you can follow me on that journey. But aside from that, thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time. Bye!